Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mark Beaudry. This is Inside NHSTRA. We have Ben Bazowski, Bob Williams, and that's not Kevin Brown over there. That's Cole Littlewood, everybody.
He kind of looks like a young Kevin Brown.
He does.
Kinda.
With nice, luscious blonde locks. It's
Yeah.
Kevin with long hair.
And less weight.
Oh, those are fighting words there. Actually, Kevin's probably sitting at home going, yep, you're right. 100%. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Thanks for having me on, boys.
It's kind of hard not to because you've raced at every single track in almost every division this year.
Yeah, almost every division. I was thinking about it earlier. I think 6-shooter is the only one that wasn't able to race this year.
Somebody's got to put Cole in a 6-shooter next year. No, Cole does not need a haircut.
No.
Oh my God, somebody actually said that. Kevin Brown says we're right. Yep, that's Cole. It's him with longer hair. Kevin Brown not on the show tonight. Apparently his kids are more important and he's got to go do like real people stuff. So how's everybody doing tonight? It's been a,
I don't
been a
want
fun week.
excuses. I want results. He needs to get his ass here.
I hear that all the time.
You want results? I heard you didn't do very good results in the iRacing.
I didn't. I choked like I usually do in my regular racing career.
iRacing was fun this weekend.
For you,
I didn't race. I knew better.
But that's it. You didn't race. I at least tried to race my way in, and I still sucked.
So I see a whole bunch of people. Let's talk Claremont tonight. There's nothing to discuss until next Tuesday. We'll be discussing it. All I'll say is Claremont's running next year. It will be a NHSTRA track. I mean, it will be running. There's things still up in the air and being finalized, and we'll discuss at your heart's content next Tuesday. You guys will have a call-in line. You guys will be able to call in. You guys will be able to send messages in. You guys will be able to come on digitally with the clicking the little link and coming on too. So if you want to come on and talk, wide open next week. So there's not much more we can really say other than the fact that things aren't finalized. Things are being done. So when we come on next Tuesday, I think we'll have rules. We'll have schedules. We'll have everything done. So you want it half unknown stuff right now, or would you like known things? That's what I want.
Don't give them the option.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, you don't have that option. But hey, something cool that showed up here today. Guys, look. Right there, not the 12G. Right here, we have the side of the shaggin' wagon. He told me, he's like, I'm going to give you my door panel. And then he comes in here tonight with a door panel
It's
that
over 6 feet
it's
tall.
taller than Ben.
It's taller than me.
So
It's insane.
I absolutely love it. Half unknown now, half unknown later. So, yeah, I mean, we don't have anything until it's there. Yes, Doug Nelson is here in studio. He's right over here. Right on the side. People asking if you just dropped it off or if you're hanging out. So we got a
He's
crew
the man
here
behind the curtain.
He is, literally. We should have put you right over here where we used to put Milty behind me, where you'd sit and nobody would.
The ghost of Milton
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah, he forgot about us. You want to roll right in behind me and you'll be fine there. So iRacing was not as big of a success as we thought it was. It's going to get better. I apparently don't know how to race direct and iRace. It's very difficult. So
It's complicated.
I couldn't even get on.
Really?
Well, I haven't played iRacing since 2018, and it's on my mom's older computer. And I was trying to get the download. It wouldn't update. The computer was too old, and I just gave up on it.
So we'll get you. We're probably going to run maybe street stocks this week, I think. So
Yeah, I don't know. I got to work on something, whether I got to get a new computer or something like that, new sim.
yeah, I mean, go use Ben's. He can't get in the race. So
I'd like to.
go use his. He's
See
got
if I
a
can
full
make the
motion
show.
one.
You know who's actually really good at that is John Espinette.
I was watching his little video.
Because we were having like a competition we had a meeting at my house and we took a break, so he tried it. I'm like, oh yeah, I pulled I forgot what it was like. I think it was Lanier. I'm like, yeah, I pulled a low time. He beats me like 0.2 of a second. I'm like, great, I suck again.
Big shout out to Levi McMichael. Scotty Mac's kid stomped the field, like completely blew us all away. Unbelievable. Kid is a rock star in iRacing. I think we're going to boot him out now because he's way better than the rest of us. Real
some weight on him.
Shot him in the back.
Right? Yeah. His dad sent me a message like, my kid loved it. He had so much fun. So he has an original Wheelman hoodie on his way right now because he won the race, and that's what we're going to do. So we will be racing again this week, and I'll figure out exactly when. Bob, any update on your Freedom Factory stuff?
Just waiting to hopefully get my truck. Other than that, car's pretty much ready to go.
I told you could use my truck.
Yeah, but I'm getting a new truck, and I'd like to drive my truck. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool. I hope Cole goes.
We're trying to talk Cole into going because
Yeah.
he's over there like, I want to go. I don't know.
I'd like to. I'm trying to go to Hickory for the act race in March, so they're kind of saving the budget for that. But if it works out and we can make it down there, that'd be cool.
I know Justin Harris will be racing Freedom Factory too.
Really?
What's he running?
Some car that somebody got that he's gonna drive. I guess.
Jesus.
Is he taking the Corvette out again this year?
I hope so. That was pretty awesome.
So, all right. So, yes, I agree with a couple of the chats. All right. We will have every single bit of information for Claremont, rules, all of that next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. We'll have Ben. We'll have Jeff Zeidema and Joe Bassett here in studio. We'll discuss all the tracks. We'll discuss rules, all of that stuff next week. It will all be right here, live on the air. You can call in. You can ask questions. Send them in advance. I'm not answering you. I'm saving them. So when you guys send the messages into any one of the sites, we'll bring it up here. So other than that, we're trying to talk Cole into going. What do you need? Do you need some sponsorship money or what's going on? What can we do to make Cole Littlewood run the Freedom Factory?
Transmission.
Yeah, definitely in transmission. But I think first thing is going to be try and get 2 weeks off of work because I'd like to go down for speed weeks too. We've done it every year for the past 6 or 7 years. And the Freedom Factory race is a week before. So it's going to be tough getting the time off to do that.
Oh, just go. They'll get it.
Yeah, well, I do work for my main sponsor, so that helps out. But
tell him this is national. Do the same thing. This is national exposure. It's going to be seen by millions of people.
That's what we did last year, and it worked out. I started on the pole and got a lot of airtime down there. So
yeah, you're in the way.
Hey, I got the pole, blew a power steering line, but I still finished, so I'm happy with that.
Bob had a lot of airtime too when Perkins put him in the wall. Like they showed that replay a bunch of times.
When I put Perkins in the wall.
Oh, I thought it was
I got that on GoPro.
Do you really?
Well, Dan Sweeney had a GoPro on the back on my roof, and it was turned around, and you could see them run into each other.
I made Dan Sweeney very mad this weekend because he also did not make the race, and we're figuring out iRacing, guys. It's new to us. So
the heat races are a glorified enduro.
Yes,
no cautions.
It doesn't give you an option to run cautions in them. So we'll figure it out. Other than that, anybody has any general racing questions or want to talk to Cole or ask him questions, feel free. Jump right in here. Other than that, we're just kind of hanging out, having fun. I want to hear how Cole even got involved in racing because as far as I know, like you've been racing now since how long?
I think this is my 10th year. So I started in 2012.
And how old are you?
22.
That puts things into perspective right there pretty clear. So you have more experience than most of the people in that division then. Yeah, Jimmy D is in. He made the show Saturday.
Yeah, you've been racing for a long time, huh?
Yeah, quite a while. I started in the Young Guns in Monadnock in 2012. I raced there for 2.5 years. Well, actually, 2014, I moved up right when I turned 14 because that's how old you had to be to move up. And then I got the late model year after that. Won my first race, like my 7th race start.
Oh, geez, you went right from 4 bangers to a late model.
Yeah.
Isn't that picture that used to be on Facebook and you would have the step and the kid jumping over, full-blown late model?
Yeah, that was me, but I didn't quite have the budget for it.
From the lights to
Outlaws, that's right. Yeah.
Now, is your brother older than you or younger?
I'm older. He's got the height on me. That's why everyone thinks he's older.
Because he finished first this year at Monadnock. As you said, it should have been yours, but
yeah,
what it is.
Wasn't.
Yeah, no, Justin did a great job. I mean,
I got to say this right now. You handled everything that happened the way a true racer does. So like you gained a lot of fans.
I would have lost it.
I tried.
I would have lost it.
I tried. The way I look at it is, we don't want to see these racetracks go away. And if you have more and more people bashing them and no one gets along, I mean, that's what's going to end up happening. And I just want to be able to keep racing.
Record that right there. I'm going to have Cole record that and play that every time. I'll put it on the little button bar over here instead of the applause.
That'll work.
Oh, that's too funny.
Bob, when are you getting in a real rear-wheel drive car?
Nope. I only drive fake race cars. I tell everybody that.
Drive a dwarf car. Everyone thinks they're fake
Why am I
race
drive a
cars.
dwarf car?
Because they're fake race cars.
Those aren't fake. Those are mini late models. Those are mini pro stocks.
So your brother
and
wants
you
to
don't
know
wanna
who your
drive?
biggest inspiration is.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, we'll go with Bob on this one.
No, so do you have somebody that you looked up to as a kid growing up watching racing?
Watching racing, I'd say Jeff Gordon, but that's just my dad's big. Yeah, I was named after Cole Trickle. I don't know if you knew that.
Are you really serious?
Yeah, 100%.
Wait, you're not joking? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is epic.
This kid was destined to be a race car.
Yeah, it kind of had to be that way.
Oh my God.
That is awesome.
Oh my God, I absolutely love that.
You need to wrap your car like Days of Thunder.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that, but there's so many people that outplayed it, and I don't know, I just couldn't get
You're
behind doing
named after
Yeah,
him.
you have all the reason to do it.
Yeah.
it.
You are Cole, so like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
maybe.
God.
Maybe this will do for Freedom Factory this year.
You just
should.
wrapped the car.
I know, but you guys are telling me now I got to do it.
Well, are you gonna go?
Yeah, I guess that's the first step.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Because I was supposed to go because someone was supposed to build me a car, but that clearly never happened. Decided to buy a new truck.
I did buy a new truck. I need a new
Oh,
truck.
so your car's not going to happen
No,
now?
my car's not gonna happen. I knew that. I knew that from the beginning.
Just
Are
let
you
him
ever gonna
borrow
get
your
well,
truck,
to be fair,
and he'll finish your car.
Wait, what?
what?
You borrow his truck, he finishes your
That
car.
has not. That, I don't care about
No,
that.
he don't care. Bob is a very unique person that you could bribe him with money. You go, hey, thanks for the money. I'm still not going to do what you want me to do.
So to be fair, when this whole thing was, it happens every time. Ben is bad luck for me. So every time Ben wants something built, I have two guys that work for me. As soon as Ben decides he wants to build something, Bob has no guys that work for him every single time. So now at the shop, I'm by myself again with way too much work to do, and now I get it ready for Freedom Factory.
So
and
you heard it
everything
here
else.
first. Bob's hiring
Yeah, only if you're good.
and want to work.
Yeah, and can be on time and can actually know things.
You're asking. That's a big ask.
I know.
That's a high order there.
I
buddy.
know.
So I put out on all the pages except for Monadnock. I haven't put out a Monadnock yet, but it's on the NHSTRA page too. A Google link that I want everybody to click and go ahead and put it. You can go in later, sign back in and update it, update your sponsors and update that stuff. That is now the info that we're going to start using when you see these little blasts of, like meet Cole Littlewood. These are his sponsors. This is that. This is the stuff we're using for that. I want to start doing a race day program that we have at the tracks that have, remember back in the old days at Claremont where we used to have the book, you'd open up and it would have, who drives this, who owns it. That is going to make a return at all the tracks.
Well, that
It's going to be digital.
You were going to use it too for the
Yes.
live broadcast, or the like on the races and stuff.
So when you go to the tracks, there'll now be a QR code when you come in. You can scan it with your phone and it will pull up and it will have all the people, all the divisions, what's happening at the track that day, all that will now be at all the tracks. And this is where we're getting that info. But also when we do the broadcast, when you watch NASCAR and TV, like when we see you got, like, say if I zoomed in on Bob and then I can hit a button and it'll pull up Bob's picture with all of his stats on it. That's what all of these things are going to. So we had a couple people really smart.
You need to use the picture of you scissoring at Claremont. That should be your profile picture.
I want Cole's to be on top of the car when it's upside down. I think that's the way I'm going to switch yours.
Now, but I'll change that.
I'll switch it on my end because that thing is epic right
And
there.
I don't have any sponsors to have put like.
Yeah,
all
but
over.
just your face.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Wow.
And
So-
hey, I'm still trying to get you in a Crown Vic anyway. So shut your hole.
Hey, you know what? Screw it. If I'm gonna go up, if I'm gonna go down big, I might as well do it in a Crown Vic at Freedom Factory.
That would be so cool.
Oh, I'm totally in now. But yeah, so that's what these are going to be used for.
Because they posted it today, the Freedom Factory,
I did see that.
and they said Crown Vics are there.
So there is, obviously there's always that risk of people who think they're hilarious, who fill out stuff and like completely false. Like it's just hurting you guys because it's going to, if people continue to do that, I'll just delete that. Then we just won't do it. Like, cause I had to delete like 15 people today cause we had George Bush signed up, Ronald Reagan, a bunch of people, Dale Earnhardt guys came back from the dead and signed up today. So like, I mean, it is what it is. This is just something new, another way. And we got a bunch of new graphics that we're putting out and stuff like that. So you guys can actually, when this is the stuff we need. So you do good. We post them online. Now you can share the stuff and people see your sponsors. And now it's just more exposure for the track, more exposure for the drivers, more exposure.
And we're
for the sponsors.
we're trying to evolve this whole thing because
Correct.
I mean, short track racing. If you look at like out west or down south and all that, they're doing what you're trying to do now. We're trying to get back. We're trying to get to the 21st century on this. So I mean, if you guys want to ruin it for yourself, go ahead.
We made it to about the 19th right now. So, but make a limited edition physical book for. I would be down if people wanted to sponsor a book or something like that. Maybe we'll bring back the old checkered review or something like that. There's not something saying we can't. There's only so much time in the day. So you have people that want to give a hand with some of this stuff. I'll definitely take the help, and I'll bring back anything that you guys think is great and will do good for the sport, because all that's going to make this grow is people seeing what's going on, people doing what we're doing. So we're trying, and Ben and Norm and everybody else involved in the NHSTRA have really taken a hold this year and say, let's really do more.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff. I'll talk for a minute on stuff that I plan on doing this year, which I don't ask permission. Ben and Norm say, go, you think you know what's best. This year I want to bring a couple more people on board race day, because we're going to get more roaming people in the pits with cameras, microphones. We're going to be doing our own play-by-play in the truck for the races that we do. So say you win, Cole wins. Next race, Cole's in the booth with us talking about the race during the next race, helping call the next race.
That'd be sweet.
Talking about what's going on, running through what happened in the race. We're going to have more and more cameras out there, and we're going to try to do a bunch more, because I think this stuff's cool. I'm going to try to get Ben to take one of my laptops with him down to Mass, so we can actually still do Inside NASTRA, and you could just do it remotely from down there. I think it'd be fun.
You want me to run a computer?
I know. We did have this fail a couple years ago with the computer. You're like, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
We'll figure it. I got Steve Grand to figure it out with his cell phone from Freedom
If
Factory
my
last
simulator
year.
screws up, who do I call? I call you. Hey, how
Yeah.
do you fix this thing?
I should just go to Florida with you.
You good?
I think it's settled. We're sleeping in the bus. We're going to Florida.
Freedom Factory is awesome.
I want to go. I think it's going to happen.
I want to go too.
Just the time we had down there, all of us hanging out and having a good time, and it's wicked fun. It
Yeah,
is
and you had
awesome.
speed weeks too. There's racing every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was sick week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The drag.
Sick week is awesome.
I don't know what that is.
So sick week it's like 7 to 5-second dragsters, nasty cars,
Yep.
and they have to drive between 5 drag strips, I think.
Really?
And you
Yeah.
bring a trailer with you, and anything that breaks, you have to fix it. But you can't bring it to a shop or anything. You have to fix it on the site or wherever it is. So, but if you're at a hotel, whoever's at the hotel staying there can help you work on your car. So, like last year, there was a guy that had a twin turbo V8 RX-7 that broke in our hotel, and he had the cylinder heads off in the actual spot where like the valet is. It was pretty crazy to watch.
What about that dude this week whose car was in the pool?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get his name.
Yeah. So what was that?
Yeah.
Did it-
How'd that happen?
All right. His name is Cameron Latham. He's from Georgia, Alabama, sorry. And they were on their way to Five Flag Speedway, and the strap broke. They weren't parked. They were driving down the road. Car came off the trailer and went in the pool.
Oh my
I
god.
thought that it started in the driveway and jumped into the
I
pool.
thought it just rolled like it was.
So according to this, it came off the trailer, went in the pool. They had it pulled out of the pool, drove back home, pulled the motor, pulled the transmission, pulled the rear end, fixed everything up, rebuilt it, came down, and ended up finishing, I think it was third.
Yeah.
And there's the picture of the dude
That's
sitting
like
in victory lane. How
That's
cool
awesome.
is that?
that's
That's
like if
awesome.
Andrew Harmon raced those.
Yeah. Yeah. that is true.
Hey, I heard that.
Oh, yeah, that was my phone this
Yeah,
time.
I heard that.
I usually yell at him.
that was
so.
definitely Harmon.
But Harmon will never get a V8 car. He'll never.
Yeah, he's not cool enough.
No, he'll stay with the fours.
Yeah,
the
he's a
bangers.
baby. Like
Who
me.
was your biggest sponsor, Cole?
Definitely have to say Lundgren Honda Greenfield and Greenfield, Mass.
Is that somebody, Ernie?
Yeah, those are my grandparents.
Okay, I was going to say they're saying that you need to go to Lundgren dealerships. I
Yeah,
agree.
Western
you guys,
Mass, Southern, Western New Hampshire. That's the best place to buy a car, get your car serviced.
I have said from day one when we started doing all the media stuff, guys, throw your sponsors out, throw this out,
Definitely.
talk about it, because these are the people that support you and support racing in every single week. What about a weekly pamphlet?
I don't have any.
We are 100%
we know,
down.
Bob. We know you don't.
I don't have
any sponsors.
anybody.
So as far as I see from what I know and we've put online, I made it very clearly in the press release that I put out, Claremont will run next season. Claremont will be a NASTRA track next season.
I have this. We have the schedule all done.
Yep.
For next year.
So Claremont will be running. Claremont will be a NASTRA track.
On Thursdays now, right?
Yeah. On Thursday.
don't even
Bob, come on,
start
man.
that. I just get used to the track is going to be there, and it's going to be a NASTRA track, and you guys are going to see a heck of a lot more of me at all the NASTRA tracks, because I'm going to attempt to take the bus every single week and make the 4-track loop.
Hope you get a gas card.
Ben, I'm going to need a gas card for the bus. I forgot about that. Yes, good. Thank you, Bob, because I actually meant to ask that. I actually meant to say that to you.
Gotta have a big limit on it too with that V10.
That thing's got a V10 in it, so it's I don't make enough
gonna
money.
ask for one. Joe's gonna ask for one. Actually, no, I think Joe's got one, so I'm gonna have to fulfill that one. Then Grant's gonna ask for one. No, you're gonna work for me?
No, I just asked for
Then no.
Man, I love this, Bob. You should work. Bob, we're trying to get Bob. But who did the schedule? It will be out. We'll have people on here to discuss schedule next Tuesday because nothing's finalized. There's a couple. There's a couple big dates I think that I'm hoping fall into place.
We're just trying to iron out everything, but we do have a date. We have a schedule all set up for it. So,
they're having a full-on conversation in there. I hope they'll never be racing electric cars. Ugh, those things fly though.
They do, but they're scary when those batteries go, man.
I think Ben owns one of them too.
It's down at
it's down at
is it SEMA or PRI? One of those.
PRI.
Ma Robinson says she also wants a gas card.
Gas cards for everybody.
I love Ma. She's so funny, and now she likes me now that I got her, her original Wheelman stickers. It took like 9 months.
I thought she was gonna kill you at my banquet.
She was mad. Thank God I had them in my car.
Yeah.
Here's Ma, now that you don't believe me, but I actually gave Ben these stickers more than one time to give to you.
They were in my Toyota, and then I had a bunch of stuff in it. I pulled all of it out, and the stickers were there. I pulled the stickers out, and then when Ma's like, where are my stickers? I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, boy. I'm just reading through. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh.
I see online Perkins is really pushing that he's going to go to Freedom Factory.
I did see that. He said he wasn't going, and now all of a sudden I saw.
Of course he's going to go. He had the best time of his life there. He's going to go.
Oh, boy. Now everyone's asking me for gas cards.
Should we put your number out here just in case? In case anybody else doesn't have it?
What did you tow down there in?
All right, so it's something I want to clear up right now because this actually has been brought up a bunch, and this is from Brian Martin himself right now. There will be the karting series will be running next year now I'm Bob. See, that's the thing. I usually put my phone over here. There we go. I've dropped it twice. The karting series will be running as well, so a lot of people were worried about that. So I'm just trying to read. There's a lot of comments going by, so I'm trying to keep up with them all. So let's see. Race mini style. I don't know what that says. Norman Wren.
Oh God.
Ready for this? Oh, it's not going on. There we go. I want a gas card.
No, I was going to ask you for a gas card. You own the gas company.
Yeah, that's why he wants you to pay for it.
Oh my God.
I don't miss the fuel game. I don't miss any of that stuff.
Well,
so.
He does
propane. Thank God. Oil.
Hey, I can convert my Dodge over to propane.
Hey, I would definitely be down for, a new company vehicle that's propane. I'll put AGS right down the side of it. No, that's aimed for Norm. Norm, I'll take one.
Costs so much more.
Oh, I know. Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm complaining.
Harmon just needs some sponsors, and he'll be at the Freedom Factory with Bob.
Yeah, but Harmon's gonna pull his car out the day before we go, like he did last year.
His car was flying though.
The day we left for Freedom Factory, we were at my shop. The car had no windshield, no bumpers. I don't think it had fenders. But we got him there.
My car didn't have a motor.
What? You didn't have a motor in it?
Yeah, like when we were ready to go to the Freedom Factory, I had to pull the motor out of my street car, put it back in the race car so I could go race.
What? Is this real?
Yeah. So,
oh my God,
my summer car, all right, Integra, same deal as a mini stock. I take the motor out of the race car so I can drive in the summer, have fun driving that all year, put it back in the race car so I can go racing.
That's like old school way of doing it.
It's
nuts. Simple. I mean, it's just B18 Honda motor.
Oh, that's all it is?
All it is. Well,
that's it? It's not a Type R?
It's a Type R.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough.
I'm reading here that Cole would have beat Bob at Freedom Factory if it wasn't for a power steering.
Absolutely not.
He
would
pushed
not
me all the way around the track.
Yeah, he wouldn't get out of the way.
Oh.
Oh my God. You know, Bob, I think I know why you didn't build my car, because you were afraid that I was going to beat you.
Hey guys, right from the mouth, right here.
No, it wasn't. And if there's one thing, I'm definitely not afraid of you beating me in a 50-lap race.
Because last time you took me out.
I feel like grudge match coming on.
Last time I raced against you, you took up my right rear tire and I was like spinning like a top around.
How
Hudson
did I
Speedway.
take you out when I was in front of you?
I was passing you, and you took me out.
No, there was a caution already. There was a
No,
car on its roof.
No, there was no caution. It was on its. It was rolling, but the yellow flag wasn't out. I was passing, and you're like, yeah, no, it took me out.
Cole would have beat Bob if I didn't yard sale him. Oh, we definitely yard saled my car. The only reason Cole did good is because he took my good spring.
This is going to be fun. I think we need to grudge match it this year.
The only problem is I cannot drive a front wheel drive car.
Yeah, so when we go to Freedom Factory, the day before you get it's a 3-day event. The first day you can practice all day. We'll go out. I'll do lap times.
I'm
in my
not
car,
driving your car.
and you can try my car.
I'm no way.
Can I drive your car?
Huh?
Let me drive your car.
You can try my car.
All right.
I've seen other people in his car and like, dude, no, we want nothing to do with this thing. I don't know what he's got, like what setup he's got, but
Colton Martin says, thought I was driving Bob's car.
Yeah, if I wasn't going.
No, I made that up. They're watching, but so what are your plans for next year? You're gonna ride in the dwarf car a little more, right?
Yeah, I got a dwarf car. I got to figure out how to put together.
Tell me more about
Which
this decision.
one did you get?
Silver one. I think it was
he got Alan Robidas's old car.
67.
Oh, nice. Didn't
So,
that win at Claremont the last race? Or is that his car now?
No, that's his car now. Alan, if you're watching, I need that rear gear set you got and everything because I guess he's gonna upgrade his rear end to a quick change. So
Cole's gonna cheat the thing all up.
I am.
no, I was gonna buy that rear set off of him, so you could have it for yours.
Oh, all right.
I'm not paying.
That works.
I'm not buying you a quick change. What, you nuts?
Do you have dwarf car software?
I'm gonna have to find that. I did get a book. That book you told me about. I got
I'm
that.
telling you, that book is like.
Yeah.
They still have those books?
Oh yeah, dude. It's funny because Harris like you're never gonna find them. They go on Amazon.
We found him on Amazon. A
I
whole
can
crap
get
load.
like 3 of them, so I bought 2.
Yeah, my friend Bob got it for me, so me and him are gonna try to figure out, put it together, and we're gonna try that. I'm gonna. I don't know. We had a little deal going about running for points and stuff.
This is what happens when I get drunk. I make stupid.
What's the deal?
You only make stupid decisions.
What's the deal?
So you want to tell me? Or you want me to?
Go ahead.
So I was a little intoxicated at the banquet.
White Russian?
Wait. Let's reclassify that. Who for anybody who was not at the Hudson Buds banquet, Ben was completely intoxicated. Not even a
I
little.
was hammered.
White
I think
Russian.
at one point
Yes,
Ben
White Russians.
picked the microphone up and went, "I'm drunk, everybody. I'm drunk. Like I want to make sure everybody knows."
No. I say, look, guys, I'm a little drunk. This I might sound a little slurred.
Wait a minute. You were over here. You were there. Did he or did he not announce, "I'm drunk," and then you started doing?
No. I didn't say in a godly voice. I just said, look, guys, I'm a little drunk. I need to, I have to get drunk in order for me to do this.
Why?
So, because I get nervous like in public sometimes.
I do
Ben,
too.
Ben said if I went at Claremont with his car, he would buy me a quick change.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So what's going to happen?
So I'm trying to build the division up, and I know I had this car that it was so small, like literally a little person would have to fit in it. So I'm like, well, Cole,
Is a little person.
yeah, and he was thinking about it, and no, I didn't, Ma. Really?
Everyone's agreeing with me.
So anyway, let's get back on track here. Was it you or
No,
was
I think
it
it
your
was Jeremy.
boss? Oh,
Jeremy came up with it.
oh, Captain America over here. He goes, "Hey, I got a deal for you." I go, "Okay, it's not going to be a deal for me, but okay." He goes, "If Cole wins the season, he gets to keep the car."
That's a
Yeah.
good deal.
And,
Championship.
me being drunk, I go, "Okay, all right, yeah, sure." He gets out. He goes, "All right, I'm buying that book. I'm doing this." I go, "Oh shit!
We're
What the
gonna
hell
try.
did I just do?"
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how the schedule plays out with everything, but I'm definitely gonna try. That's for sure.
I would
Well,
too.
trust me, that car has a brand new clip on it, brand new rear clip. Alan, that was a fast car when Alan had it.
Those are really fun cars to watch.
They are.
I
it was
can just
cool to
imagine
drive.
how. All right, so now you've driven about everything under the sun.
Oh, everything but a 6-shooter. Yep.
What is your favorite?
I still gotta say modified. I mean, the dwarf car was super fun, and
Trust me, modifieds are fun.
yeah, I think I was kind of overthinking it when I got into the dwarf car. I was thinking it was gonna be super twitchy and a whole bunch of acceleration and stuff like that. But really, the power wise didn't really. I wasn't.
No torque.
Yeah, I wasn't
No
quite
torque.
impressed with that. But everything else, like the amount of speed you're carrying through the corner, was insane. But I still gotta say modified just for the way that you race a mod. I think on Emily's post, I told her it depends on the car count. I mean, if I got in a field with 20 plus dwarf cars, I'm sure that answer would change.
That race at Hudson that you guys did that went way into the night.
Oh my God.
That was a field and a half, and those things came into turn one, and I was sitting right there with the camera, right when you come off the track at Hudson, and I was like, I am literally scared.
Dude, those tires have so much grip, it's not even funny.
Yeah, it's insane the amount of you think you got a lift, but you just keep sailing it in, and then
What
you're
kind
right
of tires
back
are
on the
those,
throttle.
Ben?
American Racer.
Best on the market, right?
No, Harmon likes the Hoosier better.
Oh, I was throwing a softball to the sponsor there, and Bob stepped all over it.
American Racer.
Ready? Let's roll that back. Hey, what kind of tires are those, Ben?
American Racer.
Best ones on the market, right?
For dwarf cars, yes.
What do you think, Bob?
I was just gonna try to help you.
Okay.
I like the Hoosier better.
So, on any plans to be in a modified again?
Yeah, I'll be driving modified at Monadnock.
Really? This is not news I had known.
Yeah, well, I ran it halfway through the end of this year.
What car are you running?
The number 7 for Larry Cirillo.
Oh, okay. I do know that car.
Yep. So he gave me the opportunity this year to, just try it, and I was focused a lot on the late model and trying to win that. So I didn't really put a lot of focus into it, but to be able to race 2 cars a night puts a lot of stress to it, So I'm just trying to focus on the modified this year, and like I said, we'll see how the schedule goes with the dwarf car, but I'm going to try to juggle both, just hopefully at different tracks.
Do you still have your late model?
Yep. Yeah, the late model. I'm going to try some tour stuff for the Act Tour. That all goes with budget. I don't know. We'll see how everything else goes.
Well, I mean, at the end of the season, you're going to have a free dwarf car. So like, this is going to end up
We're going to work on that for sure.
I wish I got to race as much as Cole.
I agree.
I
I think
don't know if to say
everybody
that.
wishes they could race. How do you do it? Because like literally you will race all the tracks.
It's
in the
not
weekend
him.
sometimes.
You got to ask the boss lady right there.
How does he do this, boss lady? I can't hear her because I have in-ears in, so like I can see her mouth moving. But
Just go right up to the speaker.
He asks me, and I say yes.
man,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of it, you got to put in a lot of work, especially with the late model. I was running that the most. And it just comes down to determining how much work you want to put in it. The more work you put in, the more you're going to get out of it.
Really? So
That's how it works.
So what you're saying is like when you work on your race car, it will be
I
better.
knew this is where this was
Oh,
going.
yeah, trust me, I could see
So-
this coming.
I'm just people complain all the time that everybody cheats, everybody this, but no.
The ones
If you
complaining are
work
the ones that
on
aren't
your
working.
race car, it will get better.
Bob,
It might get worse
Bob,
first.
camera's here. Look right here.
I know. I like to look at me.
Yes, it's all about
Look at
him.
me.
Yeah. My girlfriend told me that day I'm very into myself.
Oh,
She's right.
you think?
She's correct.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. No, actually, I didn't mean to. First time I met you, you were like, "I'm the best. I'm the best." I'm like, oh, "Okay, cool."
I actually saw that exact words on somebody's car at one point. Bob's the best. Like I've seen that
on
sticker.
a majority of the mini stocks.
Yes, like that's an actual sticker.
That's because I help everybody.
I didn't get a sticker.
Did you make the stickers? That would make it even
No.
better. If you had made those stickers, that would have made it even better.
No.
Just hand them out.
So, have you been in a street stock before?
Yeah, I drove Jimmy D's car this year.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Are you
Yeah.
gonna any plans to ever do some more Jimmy D cars?
I don't know. I mean, that's up to him. I'm sure.
Jimmy
we'll
D,
figure
are we
something
gonna
out.
put Cole in the car? He's in chat, so
It kind of works like during the week. He'll text me, a couple days before. Actually, the first time I ran into Hudson, we were driving up. I think we were just gonna watch, and he's like, "You want to run it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I borrowed Dan Sweeney's fire suit. I ran it, and those are a lot of fun. I mean, especially with the car counts they have.
And
that
his
was-
is actually a Pro V8,
yeah. We
and you were holding your own.
we made it a street stock.
You were holding
yes.
your own. You didn't just make it. You were doing pretty good out there. You had the entire crowd.
Yeah, I was
Wishing
trying to
you
make it with the through the LCQ, and I caught the wall going in the 3, and that was the end of that. But I don't know. I definitely want to run more of it. We tried it at Lee. We went to Monadnock too, and it was a lot of fun. I want to thank him for letting me try it out.
Jimmy D, can he run it again this year? He's in chat. I know he's commented already. So.
Didn't you bend the rear end of something in it?
The brake caliper bracket broke off, and I think the
You hit the
trailer
wall or
bracket.
something?
Yeah. Those wheels are sticking out a little too much because that body wasn't built for like the street stock tread width, and I
It's
clipped.
because they were pink.
That's how my outlaw was. for
Yeah, I
years.
clipped one of those
Yeah.
blocks on the backstretch on the wall, and that was just the end of it.
You're
I still finished, but it just wasn't right.
Your outlaw, the whole tire stuck out.
Oh yeah,
Where else did you run that? Because you ran that more than just at Hudson. I could have
Yeah,
sworn
Hudson,
you ran it.
Monadnock, and Lee.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, we missed a big one at Monadnock. That was crazy.
There were some pretty big wrecks at Monadnock this year.
Yeah. Fortunately, I wasn't in any of them, I don't think.
Thank
I did
God.
lose a wheel the first week, and that's I learned to not buy used hubs. So left one came flying off.
I think I just posted recently a video from you.
Yeah.
Like I remember throwing the GoPro in your car and I like completely forgot about it. And I was like going through footage to come up with stuff. I was like, I had to post this. So I like scroll back on all the videos. I was like, holy crap, I hadn't.
Yeah, that was the night the wheel broke off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the same night.
I think
was
that
right
video was in the heat race.
The heat race,
And I
and
got
you-
black flag because I was leaking fuel.
That's what ended up being the cause of that.
Just one of the lines was loose. I mean, new car had blues. Once we got back from the Freedom Factory, I kind of rebuilt the whole car. Everything was brand new, and we just barely made it for the first race. And so the footage you got was actually hitting the track. I mean, the setup wasn't right on it at all, and
So you missed the
I
setup.
was still going pretty
yeah,
good.
we missed the setup pretty good. Actually, I still ran a pretty fast time that week, but the wheel ended up falling off like 12 laps in, so it didn't matter.
Harmon says, so when cars don't get worked on, they don't get faster. Everyone else is cheating.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, he's got it.
Glad we're understanding it.
So we're going to get a lot more GoPros out on the track this year, I think. I'm going to try to spread them around. I just limited amount. So the problem was basically like I would try to GoPro cars and broadcast the race. And then like a couple times this year, people's cars got into wrecks and they loaded up early and then they went home and then they went home with my GoPro and then I never saw it again. So
You're
like
definitely running around. I think when my mini stock was there,
Dude,
I
I was
didn't even see you.
everywhere.
I get in my car, I see the GoPro next to me. I'm like, well, I guess he's going to be watching this.
Like I would look over to Colton, so back then we were doing off the porch at like Monadnock. So I was literally broadcasting and he was next to me. I'd be like, hopefully nothing happens. So I'd have to run in the pits to go grab GoPros. So if somebody wants to give a hand with GoPros, I think I have at this point now like 13 of them. I would like to try to put every one of them out every single week. So
jeez.
Cheat them cars up. Got to make tech interesting. So any other questions for the luscious blonde locks over here? Or Bob, like let's inflate Bob's ego anymore. Let's
don't
tell
have
great
an
Bob
ego.
stories.
Yeah, you do. You could barely get through the door.
I don't have an ego.
Harmon, what is the best Bob story that you've ever known? That's what I want to know. Because you like to call Harmon out. I want to see if he has a good one on you.
There's no good story. I don't do anything spectacular. I'm very mellow and just go with the flow.
You actually believe that?
That was actually hard to say.
I say you actually believe the words that are coming out of your mouth.
That was actually hard to say. I've had some good times with Harmon.
I don't believe a thing that's coming out of his mouth
No,
right now.
you can't.
Would you
can't.
call me the last one of the episodes a racing Confucius? Is that what you call
I
me?
don't remember. Dude, I can barely remember what I did 5 minutes ago.
Are you going to be doing the Bo Duke slide this season? I'm getting asked.
Yeah, I'm going to try. It seems like every time I get the chance to, I either cut my hair or I'm just busy running around doing everything else.
What are you doing?
Bo Duke slide.
Right across the hood.
Oh.
All right, so
Get the
we
hair in the
have
wind.
a question for Bob. Bob, we would like to know about the night in the hotel in Maine.
Was that the one you got drunk? And said-
Who asked that?
That would be Mr. Stephen Dickey himself.
So that night cost me a lot of money. That was
Let's
Maine.
make it PG for the show.
I mean, it's nothing really bad. It was the Maine indoor karting DT100. Probably the reason why go-kart tracks don't let us do this.
We're striking out on go-kart tracks. As soon as I mention race car drivers and racetracks, they tell me no.
So they would comp the hotel for all of the DT100 drivers. So the Holiday Inn was all of the drivers, and they'd stay the night or whatever. And I'm not a drinker. I'm not very good at it.
It's a giant frat house when we get there.
So everyone's like, Bob, have a few drinks. I'm like, all right. So a few turned into a lot. And then Bob got drunk. So on the walls in the hotel, they have light stanchions that house they're like glass light covers. And I proceeded to break them all on my forehead.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I walked down the hallways and I smashed all the lights on my forehead. But to be fair, I was an adult about it. I went to the front desk and I was like, hey, here's my card. I might have screwed up a little bit upstairs. And I paid for all the lights to be replaced, but I'm not a good drinker.
Yeah, how about the time you choked me out?
Again, I'm not a good drinker.
That was at Lee.
All right, so I'm being told to ask about. There's a story about a WRX.
Yeah, I wasn't good in that either.
Let's hear this one.
There
I
was
like
a lot of
Bob's
things that
stories.
were. So I bought a WRX that I think the person that had it before me hit a person because the windshield was like you could barely see out of it, and I wanted to drive it, so I registered it and I left the windshield smashed. And Steve Dickey was in the passenger seat. And
It wasn't him who asked about this story either.
Really?
Yes, this is somebody else.
So Steve Dickey was in the passenger seat anyways, and he's white knuckling holding on to it because I'm driving like a hammerhead. And he's like, Bob, can you relax? And I was like, Steve, this is a rally car. And I remember just like driving off the road into like people's front yards and the woods. And
Oh my
driving
God.
around. But yeah, that was a good time too. Oh, was it Charlie Baldwin?
Ding, 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 ding.
So Charlie Baldwin's talking about the time where Mike Richards wanted to race me in a icy night, and me and Charlie were doing like 150 down a side road, and there was a lot of ice at the end of the road, and we almost ended up in a pond.
He says, I will never forget that night.
Yeah, that was a close one. And I remember being like, Charlie, relax, I got this, and we were like completely sideways.
All right, so this is a quiz question for you.
For me,
Yep.
I like this. Talking about me.
We're making it all about Bob. There's a driver out here that says you have driven him into the turn. Let me see. How many times have you driven somebody into a turn and laughed about it? There's one driver that says you did it to him a lot and laughed in his face about it.
I don't know. I've done it to a ton of people. Jay Townsend, maybe. Oh Jesus! So I remember when Billy's a great guy to race with. I used to love racing with Billy, but I was always way faster than him. But I would stay behind him, and I would see how far I could push him into the corner before he would, start to spin out. And every time I could see him shaking his head inside, and I'm just dying laughing. I remember one time I pushed him way too fast, but he saved it. Billy was fun to race with.
I don't know if I should ask this one. There's somebody in chat with the same last name as you that says they have a great drunk story.
About who?
Probably you.
Somebody with your last name.
All right, so it's probably one of my cousins.
It's not a name that I know. So Matthew Bazowski.
That's his dad.
That's my dad.
That's your. Oh, I didn't see it as
Wait,
Matthew.
Your dad's on Facebook?
I didn't know that.
Your dad is watching. Hi, Ben's dad.
Hey,
That's why
Matt.
I'm like really confused.
Whoa, wait a minute. When the hell did he get Facebook?
Hey, can you
He's
watch
on
your
YouTube.
language?
Oh, he's on YouTube. Oh, crap.
So we're gonna start. So right now, as everybody who knows, we're broadcasting on Hudson, Lee, Claremont, and the NHSTRA page. So we'll be doing.
Wait, are you sure he's asking? Because he hates drinking. Like he had a problem with alcohol. So every time I drink, he scolds the hell out of me with it. You guys want to talk about John? Oh, he's got some stories that will put everyone to shame. I'm going to tell this one, okay? Because this is probably my favorite story of all time.
If you I'll make him a deal. If you get to tell him this story, you need to buy him a gas can.
Gas card.
Gas card.
No, gas can. If you were in Hudson, you don't know what he's talking about.
Oh my God.
You got to
You know
buy.
how many gas cans he's stolen from me?
You got to get him a gas can if you want to tell a drunk story about your dad.
Fine, whatever. I'll buy him a gas can. I don't care. So
See, Matt, I'm hooking you up, buddy.
he used to go hunting and stuff. He was a big time hunter, but he'd go to like Canada and Vermont and all that, and way up in Maine. But they'd always be drunk on the rides home. So they were stopped in. Oh no, or did he go down to New York for this one? I don't know. He was far away from home. So it was him, my Uncle Pete, my Uncle Scott, and another buddy of theirs, right? They stop off at a truck stop. Now, my dad is so blacked out drunk that he's passed out in the back. So they pull over, they stop at the gas station or whatever. My dad proceeds to get out, and he wants to find a bed to sleep in. He finds some random camper, opens the door, and passes out.
I think I've heard this
Oh, no.
story.
And the best part is that my uncles didn't realize he was gone. They hopped back in the truck and drove home. So my mom, my Uncle Scott lives next to my mother. It's my mom's sister and stuff. So my mom sees him come home. She goes out. She goes, "Hey, where's my husband?" He's always in the back. Opens the door. He's not there. Now they're freaking out. Now where'd Matt go? So while that's going on, my dad's passed out in this camper that is now getting trailered to New York.
Wow.
Right? He wakes up and he goes, "Oh shit, where the hell am I?"
Oh, wait, you swore. Hold on. We got to do that.
Good. Sorry.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
gosh.
Now bear in mind, I might have the locations mixed up, but whatever. He's far away from home. So he's now trying to think, okay, what do I jump out of this thing? What do I do? Because if they stop and they open up and see a drunk Polish guy in there, there's going to be
This
problems.
is like something a movie is like
I know.
made out of here.
So they actually pull over on the side of the road to swap drivers. He hops out.
Oh my God.
He hops out the back. So when they drive off, he's walking down the freeway, stops off at a diner, and he doesn't. Now, bear in mind, you think he'd call my mom, but he doesn't. So he's sitting there eating food, and he's like, I don't know how to get home. I'm whatever. And the waitress like, oh, don't worry, we'll find someone to get you home. And my dad's like, this is like a couple 100 miles I'm away from home.
Where did he end up at?
Like I said, I don't know if it was New York or way up in Vermont or Maine. It was.
This is amazing.
It was literally probably at least a 5-hour ride home. Someone from the diner gave him a ride home. I go,
This is nuts.
are you kidding me? There's a bunch of other ones too, but I mean that one's probably by far the best drunk
That's
story.
a pretty good story. I mean, that doesn't really happen to too many people.
No, and of course he gets away with it.
I think I remember my first time meeting Cole. He was in a really bad mood the first day I met him.
I don't think I've ever seen Cole in a bad mood.
When was that?
Star Speedway.
I haven't.
Star Speedway, what year?
When you had your mini, you and your brother both lost trailing arms.
Oh, yeah. No, I think there was a time before that, too, but yeah.
Really?
It was a Wednesday show at Star.
I've never been there.
I seen it on Wednesday show.
Yeah, that's when I first got the computer for it.
Did I win?
I don't think so.
I think I did.
I think Jade Townsend got mad at me that night.
Yeah.
Jay Townsend gets mad at everybody.
Yeah.
My future ex-wife just said, I went to drink with Ben's dad. It was the best story time ever. Milty's mom said it was the best.
Well, the funny thing is that when he quit drinking, he was a very angry drunk. Because there's another time that I was very, very little, like 3 or 4, and he had a C4 Corvette, and he went to go get Chinese food.
Your dad said it was Vermont. The guy only had one eye.
So he went to go get Chinese food in Nashua, and they just put up one of those medians, those like the 2 foot high
yep.
medians, and he didn't realize that it was there, and he was drunk. So he went to turn left, drove over the median with his well, it wasn't new, but it was a very nice Corvette at the time, and I was in the
No
back.
such thing.
Shut up. So I was in the back, like in the glass, and I remember like a cartoon character, and smashing up on the wind on the
T-tops.
T-top, not the T-top, but the glass hatch. Oh my God, that hurt so bad. And my dad comes home, the thing's all messed up. My mom's like, "What the hell happened?" Yeah.
You realize how much of we got to make a move. There's like National Lampoon's written all over this.
But
Your dad slept in a
no,
camper,
but
went
here's
to a
the thing.
different state, and
He
got
can-
brought back by a guy
He
with
can
one eye.
get away with
Like-
so much stuff. Trust me, I could go on for hours about the stories that what he's done.
You don't get away with anything.
No, I can't get away with anything.
I get away with stuff.
I know you can. I am the cursed man that can't get away with anything.
I'm pretty good at talking myself out of things.
Yeah, that I'll admit that. Yeah, you are.
You're the only guy I know who can talk smack about somebody and then be like best friends
They
with them 2
thank him.
seconds later.
They thank
You're like,
him for it.
Thank you, Bob. I didn't know I was a loser. I really appreciate you pointing that out about me. I was not aware.
Yeah,
Like-
Wait, it doesn't always go that way. Some people do get pretty upset.
No, let's not have Mark stories. Somebody said let's have Mark. I'll have Mark stories at a different time. It'll be a different show.
When people get upset, I usually do it more though. I like to twist a knife.
My favorite one of you will still be with Jimmy Renfrew at Hudson not wanting to tear his car down, and you telling his mom, "You can't raise a loser."
Well, there was another time. With Jimmy Renfrew. It was actually a Wednesday show
You're
at.
talking about little Jimmy, right?
Yeah, it was a Wednesday show at Star, and me and Jimmy were running for points in the Roadrunners back at that time, and it was a Wednesday show, so Jimmy gets to take all his weight out because he was having a hard time with the penalty weight or whatever.
This one the throttle stuck.
Yeah,
That's the night I was talking about.
I won that night, so.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so Jimmy goes out, and Jimmy's fast, but Jimmy's throttle sticks, and he drives into Kimball. Drives into Kimball.
Straight
into
down turn 1.
Yeah. No, before that, he went into 3 because it stuck with
Kept
Kimball.
going after 3.
He hit Kimball in 3, and they both went into the wall. Jimmy got off the racetrack and said, "My throttle's sticking."
Okay.
They played with it, sent him back out. We go into 1, and he never lifted.
I was there for that night.
Jimmy hit the wall so hard.
Dude,
Yeah, I was
I
right behind
remember
him.
it bent that car in half.
I remember I go over, I'm like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't have sent the car back out, huh?" He's like, "Now's not the time, Bob." I'm like,
It's not the time.
"Well,
Bob.
I'm just saying, I would have beat you anyways." Bob, you need to leave. Well, just try to relax a little bit.
Great addition to the show
no,
over
it
I
here.
did win that night.
Yeah.
Wasn't little Jimmy doing something to you? And you're like, I can't hit him, but I can hit you.
So
Oh my God.
I
Big Renfrew is in chat, by the way.
I know. But I remember him saying that. I go,
Well, no, this was the thing.
seriously? You said that's a big Jim?
this was the thing is back when I would race with little Jimmy. When we were racing Roadrunners, me and little Jimmy were the only 2 people that were competitive with each other. Nobody else in the field was. Me and Jimmy were separate from everybody else. Whatever.
Who are some of the non-good people in that
Jay
division?
Townsend, Andrew Harmon, Justin Harris, Tyler Chase, probably Cole.
I only ran a couple times, so I can't be like
Okay.
considered
So-
sucky.
Me and Jimmy were the only 2 that were competitive. And when Jimmy wrecked, I sold the car to Jay, and I still won the championship anyways. But everybody would get mad at little Jimmy because little Jimmy, he would race and he would move people or go do whatever. And he was like 14.
Yeah, he was young.
Jimmy was young. So all these,
Sweeney says he won a couple races that year.
yeah, because he was cheating. But anyway, so people would go and they'd yell at little Jimmy, and little Jimmy would get all upset. And I'm like, what do you guys can't yell at this kid. So anytime Jimmy would drive me like a dick, I wouldn't go yell at little Jimmy. I go yell at Big Jimmy. And I remember little Jimmy's mother would say to me, she'd say, "Hey, I really appreciate you not yelling at my son." I'm like, I cannot yell at a 14-year-old kid. I just can't do it. But after that,
Technically at NH1, you yelled at a little kid, and you got suspended for it.
no, I yelled at his buddy, not him.
What year was this? We're being asked in chat.
2017.
2017. So someone's asking what divisions are going to be run at Lee this year. So you mean next year? We're going to discuss all of that.
We'll have all that next
Tuesday.
show.
Somebody also posted that they attempted to fill out the form that I put online, and there was not Ridge Runners. It is there now.
Yeah.
So when I did the form and tested it with Hudson first, and then forgot to add
You
the
never
other
drove Ridge
divisions that run at other places. So it was like I completely forgot Ridge Runners. So
You never drove a Ridge Runner.
All right, I need a Ridge Runner too.
I think you would find zero problem having anybody put you in anything because you're good on equipment.
The way I
and-
look at it is I get a lot of experience at everything, Even when I was running the late model and the mini stock at the same time, front wheel drive to rear wheel drive, and then jumping in the modified too.
How big of a difference do you have to train yourself when you get out of like a mini stock and then jump into a modified?
I mean, really just a speed difference. I can say going from a modified to a late model, you get in the late model, it feels like you're driving a big old Cadillac. It's not as reactive and all.
So when
that
I'm
kind
on
of stuff.
iRacing, like I feel like I'm better with the no. I'm just-
Yeah.
I've never actually. I've sat in mods. I've never actually been out of. I don't think I would get out of one. Marshall says I'll fit in his. So
I feel like
Yeah, probably.
mini stocks don't like what they're doing.
No.
Like
No.
you drive I've only driven I drove Ben street stock once and stuff. But when you drive a street stock, it
Oh, yeah, that's right,
wants
you did.
it wants to do it. Like it wants a mini stock. It doesn't want to do what you're doing
The
with it.
wheels cranked, just trying to drive forward as you're turning the wheel coming off the corner, you're just scrubbing all the way up.
It's wrong wheel drive.
That's why
not
like
happening.
wrong wheel
like
drive.
Ben
Wrong
and,
wheel drive.
and Justin Harris, they have a really hard time with front wheel drives because you have to like take everything you know about racing and throw it in the trash.
You have to force the car down.
Yeah, it's not like you know what I mean.
like I've driven a mini stock before. It was front wheel drive. It was a little Volkswagen Rabbit, I think it was. So I've driven mini stock, street stock. It was back then. It was super streets, and I've driven late model.
yeah, when did you drive mini stock though?
It was probably 05,
Yeah,
maybe.
see
It was
that.
basically a pure stock back then.
Yeah, mini stocks are like way different.
Yeah, I mean
now.
things are a little different. Now, all this stuff is completely
Yeah.
different now.
Especially if you ever drove Andrew Harmon's mini stock because it has so much power.
Why does it have so much power?
It's big motor.
Big motor.
Big motor.
Big motor Hammond.
Big motor.
That
Three-
never gets old.
320 horsepower. Harmon's made.
Didn't you take it out and said it was the fastest thing you ever
I
drove?
couldn't believe it. I couldn't even drive it. It spun the tires too much. Actually, I did drive Andrew's car one time,
Oh,
and I drove it for like 3 laps, and I pulled right off, and I was like, "This thing is terrible. It was so tight. And he's like, no, that's good. That's how you got to drive these things. I'm like,
Harmon's car is really good because he works on it a lot.
he never not works on it while he's racing it. I think he works on it as he's driving it, to be honest with you.
I guarantee there's been a time.
I see
guarantee that Harmon has fixed something in that car mid-race. I guarantee
he was leading the race at Claremont, and his fan switch started to light on fire. He has a GoPro video of it, and he is, honest to God, trying to disconnect the wires and twist them together as he's racing.
I want to see this GoPro. This is footage that must be seen.
The race I had at Star was pretty good when I was live while racing on my phone.
Oh my God. He had a Toyota, Tercel?
Corolla.
Toyota Corolla. And he was like, I'm going to go live while I'm racing. I'm like, yeah, okay, Bob. And a little notification comes up on my phone. Bob Williams is live. And I look, he goes, all right, guys, like, whoa!
So
whoa!
I'm racing the car, right? And Star has like infield pits.
Yep.
And I would go by turn 3 and 4 where they're all sitting, and all you can see is everybody's phone lit up. Nobody's watching the race. They're all watching their phone. I'm like, these guys are out of control. And people in the stands are asking me questions while I'm racing, and I'm like answering their questions as I'm racing. And then I get off, and the guys I was racing with like, why are you doing that? I'm like, because I was bored.
You guys were no challenge.
No, I was terrible that day.
All right, so before we go, Cole, I wanted you to give a shout out to all your sponsors. Let everybody know who makes it so you can get out there each and every week.
And me.
Yep.
Shout out Bob first.
First off, Bob, because no one cares about that anyways.
Everybody cares about
So first off, Lundgren Honda Greenfield. They actually gave me that Enduro car that I rolled over for free.
I still love the fact that you said you took that back out again.
Yeah, we fixed it back up. I got fifth at Claremont last weekend. So
last weekend?
was it last weekend?
No, it was like 3 weekends
Weekend
ago,
before.
wasn't
It was a couple weekends
it was a
ago.
few
All
weekends
right,
ago.
all right. So yeah, I want to thank them, Milford Stone Company, Beck's Automotive, Buffum's Auto Parts, and Shoefly Graphics, who did the wrap on my late model and the mini stock.
The mini stock looked awesome. I will
Yeah,
give you that.
yeah, it was.
I thought
cool.
the late model was pretty sick too.
Yeah, I like the gray a little more, but the mini stock definitely came out pretty sweet. My girlfriend Michaela sitting here right next to me. She's the boss. She tells me where we're going.
It was going to be a long ride home if that didn't get thank you right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, she's the reason. I mean, I've come out to Hudson and Lee a lot, and got to know a lot of people out here because I live only 20 minutes from Monadnock, so I kind of knew a lot of people from there. But coming out here and meeting everyone, a lot of great people out here.
Me.
Bob, and yeah, my family, my parents who have supported me since day one. My brother Justin, who's always raised me well. We've had a lot of fun growing up and going through the ranks together. and
Who's the
racing.
better driver?
I'm gonna go with myself on this one.
Did your brother drive a Young Gun too?
Yeah, he had a young gun. We had two Integras. They
Oh, that's right.
They looked
that's right,
identical,
that's
yeah.
right. One
Yeah.
was black, one was red, right? Or was it?
same paint scheme. The numbers are just flipped backwards.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So you need to teach Ryan Nelson what you just did, because if anybody who was also not at the Hudson banquet, Ryan thanked everybody on earth except Jackie Foster, who's his girlfriend, and then he got yelled at and ended up having to at the end. But that was good. Like, you were instinctively right there with it.
He was reading something.
She's got him trained.
Wait a minute? Did you text him his sponsors?
No, I'm on the comments right now.
Okay,
See,
okay.
she's off camera. She's got a gun in her pocket, and she's just kind of going like one of these, like, come on. Say my name.
Apparently-
Okay, you did it.
Hey,
Okay.
and before we go too, if anybody wants to sponsor the 41 for Freedom Factory, the car that's going to do better than Cole,
Just give the money to me. We'll make it happen.
Yes, somebody said, Mark Bodger, you drove the 97 in 04. Yeah, so I was in the Super Street. That car's got a funny story. I bought that. That was Nick Taylor's old 09 street stock. Was super successful with it back in I think it was the late 90s with that car. So I bought that car from him, went out there, got smoked with it, realized it couldn't be me because I was a great race car driver. So I sold that car to Matt Pepin, bought it, and then put his brother-in-law in it. And that car went on to win like 5 championships at White Mountains, I think, with it. So, apparently it was me, guys. I am a horrible driver. That's why I talk into a microphone now instead of drive cars.
I think it's cool that a lot of cars around here have a lot of lineage. Like my first late model was a 1996 championship pro stock car at Monadnock with
Yep.
Kirk Alexander.
Really?
Yeah, and it went through a lot of different people. People I grew up watching, and it's like to have that car was cool. And
Ben, this is a message for you.
Oh, God, what now?
When are you going to deliver the gas can?
Oh, great.
your car now is new.
No, my car now is actually my late model now was Corey Casagrande's first pro stock.
Really?
Yeah.
I love race car lineage. I could talk about this stuff all night.
My Outlaw was was a Pete Van Dacker car.
Really?
Yeah, my old 75 was a Pete Van Dacker car.
My mini stock was a street car.
So I bought
It got groceries.
Randy Town used to race late models. So he used to race the 11, and it was a blue car that had True Flames down the side. That was my first late model. I bought that from him, and then it was just white number 1. I raced it 3 times and realized, wow, apparently if I can't drive a street stock, going into late model was an even worse decision because those were big dogs back then. I think that was 05 that I tried late models. So
Do you like driving the late model than a street stock?
Yeah, I'd have to say late model over a street stock. Maybe driving wise, not racing wise. With the field of the street stocks, you can lean on each other a lot more. But driving wise, just the late model.
those cars are all awesome.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes on what car I can take out next season. So let me know who's fat out there who I can fit in their car, and we'll go ahead and get into it as well.
So going back to the lineage real quick, I think Michaela had the best car. She had Derek Griffith's first race car.
Really? You used to race? How did I not know this?
It runs pure stocks now.
Really? Apparently I don't.
Well, every now and then, but every
she
chance
used to
we
run
get.
the Camry too, didn't you? Didn't you use something? I hate
Which one of Derek's cars did you have? The one he just bought back?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Yeah, the Volkswagen.
That
Wasn't it?
awesome.
Didn't your dad have it? Like it was, yeah.
Earl asked.
No, I know. Because I thought like didn't
Earl Mole asked how fat. I'm pretty fat right now.
Someone else bought it, and then your dad bought it back, right? Yeah.
I didn't realize that because
Yeah,
he just
and-
got that
and-
back. He was just talking about that car a couple
Yeah,
weeks
because
ago.
Derek's dad bought it and repainted it all.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you should paint it what it was like a teal.
What
Teal
ended
and
up
paint.
happening to Derek's car at the Snowball Derby?
I don't know.
Mechanical issues or something, I
Yeah,
thought?
Yeah, we
I
didn't talk
I
about
didn't
that.
ask him. I knew he's had a
I know
horrible
he's happy the
so-
year's over.
Yeah, he's definitely happy the year's over.
All right. So last question is for Bob because we are over time
course.
here. Bob, do you have a habit of not watching the racetrack and maybe watching other drivers when you pass them and make faces and do certain stuff? Is this a thing? Like, is this something you do?
So I don't pay attention at all. And there has been multiple times where I've driven off the back stretch, driven off the front stretch, because I am more interested to see people's facial, like what, you know what I mean? And I always try to like get their attention, and I really have fun with racing. I don't really care really what happens, but yeah, I definitely do that all the
Yeah,
time.
I'd be following him down the back stretch. You'll see his head go that way and look over here.
Yeah, I'll look around.
Emily Miller says she has a photo of it.
Yeah, I always look around. Oh, I never look straight, ever.
And for Harmon, you got this one right here from Harris who says, "Stop commenting and where the hell is my pizza?" Oh, this has been a fun show. Finally
Justin
get
Harris.
Cole on.
Going to Freedom Factory, gonna win.
Do you think? All right, so let's start placing bets now. Who do you think out of everyone that's going from New England is going to finish the best?
Me.
You're going to say you.
And then Cole, like last year, because everybody else is gonna wreck.
I say you give me the same transmission you got. We might have a good race.
I gotta be. Harmon was moving last year. If he could have get that throttle
Yeah.
cable to stay where it was
But,
supposed to,
Yeah, but you know what though? He probably put another fancy throttle bracket on. And it's gonna
He
break
did. He
off
bought
again.
the same one. And don't worry, Cole. We will have the exact same transmission.
is Justin
even.
Harris allowed on property after getting kicked out for the burnouts last
They
year?
won't remember.
Yeah, no, they were fine with that after we talked to him, anyways.
Yeah.
That story was still
But
great.
Justin Harris will probably make 20 laps, and then he'll blow the right front off of it.
But what's he driving anyway?
Some thing from White Mountains.
He falls into.
It's got way
cars.
too
It's
much
the weirdest
horsepower,
thing.
and he's terrible in front wheel drive, so he's gonna be even worse in it.
Yeah, but you guys get on Cletus's video?
Huh?
On Cletus's like actual video of the race.
I did
I was in it.
when I passed him.
I was in it for like 10 seconds.
I went over,
Oh.
I went over and yelled at him afterwards. I was like, "Hey, Cletus!" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I passed you." He's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right."
Did you yell? Bob's the best, don't you know? So someone's asking when is that race? That's Freedom Factory.
February
in
2nd.
February. There we go. Next week, programming no Monday night show. We'll be running Tuesday night. There'll be no guests. It's going to be myself, Ben, Jeff, and Joe Bassett. So all your questions that you have, send them in to the NHSTRA Facebook page. If you have questions, you can send us a message. I'm going to stock them up. We'll have the phone number out. You guys can call up, ask questions. The only thing that I ask is if you're going to call up and be rude, I'm just going to hang up on you. So if you have questions, real questions, call, ask, they'll be answered. If you call up and start dictating like, why this and why that, and I hate you, and this is a bad decision, or you're just going to hang up on you because we don't have time for negativity. I'm learning to English, people. I promise. I'm going to get it one of these days. So
Just remember, we want to keep these racetracks going.
absolutely. So, and that's
I find it so crazy. All these people that complain to this and do that, they're the first people that are in line to get a pit pass.
Hey, you know, it's all right because I learned a bunch. I learned a bunch of new stuff about me when we made the announcement that I didn't even know about.
I did. Yes, I did read some of that stuff. So
Yeah.
next Tuesday night, 7:00. We'll go for as long as it stays relevant. So like I won't limit to an hour. If it goes longer, it goes longer. No guest in studio that week. I'd probably the best way to do that. No guest in studio, and it is what it is. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. You guys want to be featured in some of this driver spotlights, all of that stuff. Fill out that form on the NHSTRA Facebook page. Give me your info, and you can change it. You can keep it updated when you log in. All you have to do is type in your name again. It will let you go back in there and change it, change your sponsors. I had somebody send a message and said, this is really dumb that you're doing this because people's sponsors change. All right, well, I mean, I could do nothing if you would like.
I need sponsors.
Bob needs sponsors.
Need something to fill out.
Cole needs some sponsors for Freedom Factory. Guys, these are the people that are going down south and are going to represent the New England tracks. Let's throw them some little something if you have it.
And Cole's got a bigger motor than me.
That's why I'm going to beat him.
Who's the biggest motor going down?
Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon.
No, actually, no. Justin Harris.
There we go. Harris has got the big motor.
Justin Harris has the big motor.
Harmon needs sponsors for a bigger motor than Harris.
But on the way down, Harmon's going to get out of his truck on cruise control, go in the trailer, and change the motors and get back in his truck.
The stuff that this crew does is crazy. They put stuff together in seconds, almost, it feels like. It's like they won't even have a car to race on a Saturday, and all of a sudden it's like they show up with something. It's like, oh, we found this and we put a motor in it. We did this.
Well, the night before Ben had to go to Lee in his mini stock, we had to change the transmission and the foot pedals. And poor little Ben over here got a little sick to his tum-tum because he was upside down for
So all the blood rushed to my head, and I get motion sickness really bad.
Wait, you were upside down?
So I was
So he
upside
was
down in the
upside
car
down.
trying to adjust.
Oh, okay. I thought he flipped over. I was like, how did I miss this?
No, so he's trying to put pedals in the car, and he's like, hey, you guys get me out of here. I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, just get me out. And then he runs across the street in the parking lot, and he's just throwing up everywhere. I'm like, dude,
Well, I just ate too, so
I'm like, what's the matter with you? He's like, I can't be upside down for too long.
I
I'm
pretty
like,
much at any given point have just eaten, so I know you're feeling like at any given point it's like I've eaten
Listen, my
relatively
body's a
closely.
temple, okay, and it's just a very messed up temple.
I gave up on that temple. All right, guys, Tuesday night, 7:00. You have your questions, send them in. We'll be here for you. Can't thank Mr. Cole enough. Bob, you're always great. Ben, thank you for coming on each and every week. Thank you guys who are watching the show and continue to watch it and make this something that
Thanks,
you like to be done.
Mr. Nelson for giving us
Yeah,
that
I can't even thank him enough.
that giant billboard of a side of a car.
When he said I was giving you a door panel, I didn't think it wouldn't fit through the door standing up. We had to turn it sideways to get it upstairs. So, and next week we'll be in the new studio. So
This is true.
even better. So check it out next Tuesday night. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
See ya.